I wasn't going to do much today, but I thought I'd get this rear wheel off this Triumph Acclaim on this side. This is the last wheel to do the brakes on, so the other side just needed a check out. It didn't need no replacement of parts, so I'm hoping this one's going to be the same. Let's have a look at it. Right, okay, well, I wasn't going to film this, but as I say, I thought, well, I'm out here, I might as well bring you along for the ride. I've undone all the wheel nuts, so let's just get this off. Would help if I jacked the car up, wouldn't it? Unbelievable. All right, let's just get the axle stand under there. That's because I'm filming, you see, I forget to do things sometimes. All right, let's get that under there. Alright, let's got that under there. There we go. I always leave the jack underneath under a little bit of tension. So let's get that wheel off now. Just whack that under the front. Now I don't know whether the handbrake's on. Let me go and check. Is that on? Yeah. Right, that's the handbrake off. So is this off? There we go. Yeah, that is off. So we know that they're free. Right, so I've put a bit of lube around there now, and I've got to take this dust cap off. Just ease that forward. Tricky little things, these. There we go. There we go. So we've got to take off that cover there and undo our bearing. That should be hand tight. So let's just straighten that circlip out there. Hopefully I won't need pliers, because that means I've got to go back inside again. And as you can see, that's got a small clip in that. There's a lot of play in that, which means that the bearing can actually turn a little bit, which isn't right. So we'll be putting the right size split pin back in there when we come to put this back together. So we take that out, take the cover off. That is hand tight, which it should be, because that's a tapered seat bearing in this, so that's how you adjust it. Just nip that up hand tight. But we undo that now. Fine thread on them. Right, now this should start to ease forward now. There we go. See, so just bring it forward. You'll find the bearing will come forward. There's the bearing. We will repack that with grease as well. So that's the bearing come out. The drum should pull forward. Sometimes they bind a bit on the drum. There we go, just pull it out, there we go. And all that dust in there, be careful, because it could contain asbestos in old car wheels. Right, so there we go. Again, just very dusty in there. It just wants a good clean out by the looks of it. There's quite a bit of meat left on the brake shoes at there, so I'm not really too worried about that. The linkages at the back are all okay. The hydraulic cables, again, are all fine. So this really just basically wants a clean up. That caliper there, as you can see underneath, although it is not a new one, the one on the other side had a new piston on it, a new caliper. So this looks to be okay. There's no signs of any leak in there. So I'll give this a general clean up basically. That's all I'm going to do for the moment. And a wire brush down, and I'll come back to you when I've done that, and I'll see you in a minute. Right, okay, I've given everything a good clean up now, and also the hub, or the drum rather, as well. It's in pretty good condition. I've got no worries about that. The external tapered bearing is obviously okay. I've just checked that, and also the inner bearing there as well. I've just put it with a bit of tissue to stop any crap getting in there while I was cleaning it. So I'm going to repack these anyway, so I'll do that in a minute. But I just wanted to make sure that the bleed nipple on the back here, I can get it undone, because if that's seized in, then obviously I'd have to do some more work. So that's a 10mm. So let me get that on there first. Hold on, is it a 10mm? Oh, this one's a smaller one. They're normally a 10mm. No, that's smaller. That's probably going to be an 8mm then. So let me go and get an 8mm spanner. Right. Okay, let me see if this goes on. Right, 8mm goes on. So let's hope that we hear a nice satisfying crack sound. Right, here we go. Oh, here we go. Yes, it's gone undone. Oh, that's lovely. I'd just like to work it backwards and forwards just to make sure. Right, so we know that that's not a problem. I've just nipped it up again. And all we'll do now is repack these bearings here, inner and outer, with this LM grease, which is high melting point grease, which I had left over from the other front bearings I've done. I'll just put that in there, and just clean fingers obviously, push it behind the bearing there, working it in at the same time. And this is the existing tapered seat race, which I'm going to repack again just by going around the top edge of it first and pushing it in to the actual bearing, as you can see there, working it in. And I'll also come from the underneath as well, get as much of that in there as we can, just by forcing it in. Oh, look, my thumb's gone, look, on my gloves. And when we spin it, it should be lovely and smooth, which it is. If you feel any graunchiness on that, then just replace it. And let's put that drum back on. I don't think the handbrake needs adjusting. It seems to be working okay. There we go. Don't worry about that noise. That's only the little inner brake shield there, possibly touching, and maybe the pads even touching. So that's that. So now we get our bearing, plonk our bearing in there, and I will put a bit more, just force it in there. Now it's in place. Now push it in, push the grease in. Get this locating tab washer on there. Put our nut back on. Now, as I said to you, this wants to be hand loose, or hand tight, should I say. Any tighter than that and you'll compress the bearing and burn it out. So literally hand tight. I'm just moving the drum a little bit just to make sure there's no play in it, and tightening it up as hard as I can with my hand. There's no play in that whatsoever. There we go. Right, that's that. Now there is a hole in there, obviously for the split pin to go through, but I'm not going to put that original split pin. I'm going to put a bigger one on. So I'm hoping to line this castellated nut cover there, as you can see, with 4 slits in it, up with the holes in the, once you find the slot, just give it a little tap on. Here we go. There we go. Right, so that's on now. Let me go and get a selection of pins. Right, okay, I've got a nice selection there. That was the original one that was in there, as you can probably see. I'm thinking something like that sort of thickness even. So will that go in the hole? Yes, it will, and it's not a bad fit at all. But I'll keep that there for the minute, because I think there might be one just slightly bigger. Yeah, look at that. Look, now look at the size difference. That's gone in lovely there. That means that that nut, even if it's, because it's hand tight, that nut can't revolve a little bit at all there. Compare that size to that original one that was there. Look at the size difference in them. Look, can you see that? If I hold that next to each other, look at the size difference. That allowed that to loosen off a little bit. That one won't, and I'll probably cut that down and all. It doesn't need to be that long. There we go. That's one side of it cut down, and cut the other side of it down and all. There we go. And that can be bent over and all. Perfect. No play in that whatsoever. Now you get people whack this full of grease. I don't really know why. It doesn't seem to serve any purpose whatsoever, but we'll put the cap back on. If you know of a reason why people put grease in there, let me know in the comment section. Although I did put it in the back of the other one, but not in this one. So that's it. This brake system, as you can see, there's nothing wrong with it whatsoever. The mechanisms all work freely. The bleed nipple is undone, or can loosen off fine, which is ideally what we want. So I'll just put that wheel back on now and leave it here for the moment. And I'll see you in a minute. That's all the brakes checked and sorted now, so I haven't got no worries about them now. All I've got to do is bleed the system through. I'll do that on another day. And just like I've got to finish off the buffing of the car and the paintwork. It's got dust on it already. I only started this the other day. Look, let me show you. As you can see, I started doing half of the roof, but look at the dust that's accumulated already on that. That's all pollen, that. Look at that on my fingers. Look, I know I've got dirt on there as well, but that's what I'm saying, how dirty this gets just sitting under here. Look, all that pollen just on the car. And this was all wiped down and clean, so at least it's not rough anymore, this half. But as you can see, the other half is in a bit of a state, so that will all get done, obviously. The wheels have got to come off and be painted and stripped down and new tyres on them, so that's another job I've got to do. And this control in here, I thought it was fog lamps. Someone did mention that it's to dip and lower the headlights or something. As you can see, the little symbol on there, so I didn't know that. So I don't know how it works. Someone said it runs off sort of an antifreeze solution. I don't know how true that is or not, but I've not looked into it. But that's springing back to zero there, so I don't know why or what that does. It's all new to me. I've got the manual. I will obviously look in the manual and that should tell me what it does. So yeah, that's that. Okay then, so I'll be carrying on over the next few days and working on the paintwork, cutting the paintwork back, and hopefully then I can finish off the other little jobs like putting the bumpers on after I've painted them, fitting all the lights and everything, all the ancillary stuff and all that, like the side indicators and stuff like that. So that's what I'm going to be working on coming up on the Triumph Acclaim videos. Until then, hope you've enjoyed this video, and don't forget to hit the subscribe button and also ring that little notification bell. That way you get notified every time we upload a video. Anyway, thanks very much. I'll see you in the next video, and until then, bye for now.